Now, listen, I want people who are watching this to have an awareness that while you're sharing your personal story, and it's a compelling story, which they will find themselves within, but you're also sharing practical exercises, practical resources. And I'm telling you, at 1:30 in the morning, I was standing beside my computer as I was finishing the book, and I was standing at the computer doing my sway test. Tell people about the sway test. I love it. I'd never heard of that before.
It's basically like kinesiology. It's muscle testing.
Yeah.
Because every single cell of our body knows. It knows what it needs.
Truth.
It knows our wisdom. It knows our true nature, the truth, our truth. So we can check things out with it, just as we would with kinesiology.
Yeah.
And with kinesiology, you're checking what makes you feel strong versus what takes away your strength. So there are tests like, can you separate your fingers? Can you push down on your arm?
Yeah.
But with the sway test, what you do is you stand with your feet hips width apart, and you see which way you sway.
Yeah.
You need to calibrate it first. So you need to set, like with a pendulum,
yeah.
what is your yes?
Yes.
So it might be forwards, it might be backwards, it might be to one side or the other. But you find out what is your yes and what is your no.
So you asked a question, my name, or you had a statement. My name is Rumpelstiltskin, right?
Yes,
so that's obviously a no.
If you want to find your yes, you use what is true for you. So I would use my name is Robin.
Yeah.
And if I want to find my no, I will use a name that isn't mine, and I just use Rumpelstiltskin because I don't know many Rumpelstiltskins out there. Chances are that's going to be a no. And then you can start to, it's kind of questions, but you're framing them as a statement. So you, instead of saying, is it, you will say, it is.
Affirmation.
And then see, then you will see, do you sway yes? So that statement is true for you. Or if it's no, then that statement isn't true for you.
So one thing I did was I closed my eyes. And you said, don't close your eyes. Does it not work if you close your eyes?
It's a health and safety for keeping your eyes open.
Because it did work. It did work.
I tend to close my eyes as well, just because it helps me to go within.
Exactly, same. Yeah.
And to tune into the wisdom of my body.
Yeah.
But just in terms of being stable on your feet, sometimes for some people, it's better just to keep your eyes open.
You know what I noticed as well at the beginning of the exercise is that there's a natural sway and movement to the body when you're standing still as well, which we're not paying attention to. There is a movement sort of backwards and forwards slightly, but then when it was a no, there was a clear no going backwards. The yeses weren't as clear sometimes. It's interestingly, but the no was very clear. So,
and I was running a workshop on the weekend and using this sway test, and she was swaying backwards. The person I was working with was swaying backwards before she'd finished the sentence.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, it's okay because you're holding that intention in your head. It doesn't actually need the words.
No, exactly.
The words are more for our head brain.
Yeah.
But the heart brain and the gut brain don't need the words. So although you haven't finished speaking the sentence, your body already knows.
Absolutely.
So it's already responding.
And that reminds me, you know, Dr. David Hawkins, have you come across his work? Fabulous. He's now left the body. But he wrote books, Power versus Force, The Eye of the Eye, many great books. He did kinesiology as well. But now what was the point? I've linked a point and I've forgotten the link. He talked about kinesiology. Oh, yes. One of the exercises was that he would give a sealed envelope with a photograph to people to hold, just to hold. Now, the body knew what the photograph, the energy of the photograph, even though the mind had no perception of what it was. So the body responded by being strong or being weak according to what was in that photograph, even though there was no conscious awareness of the photograph. So it's the same thing. The body
and I've done this.
Wisdom.
I've done this with pieces of paper.
Okay.
And I'll fold them up.
Yeah.
Or turn them over. And have the pieces of paper looking similar on the other side so that I don't know which one's which.
Yes.
Once I've turned them over or folded them. And then you can use those. You can hold them, or you can swing a pendulum over them and just, is this a yes or a no? Is this a yes or no? Is this a good fit for me? Is this a good fit? You know,
oh wow, that's interesting. Yes.
Again, a statement. This is a good fit for me. This is a good fit for me. And see what you get a yes on and what you get a no on.
So this is intuition. This is tapping into your intuition, your body's wisdom beyond the thinking mind, so that you're getting a clear way forward,
without
or
the
understanding.
double thinking, without the second guessing yourself.
Second guessing. That's a great tool, really great. And it also reminds me, you know, the work of Dr. Masaru Emoto and water. So people will need to look this up themselves, but because we can't get diverted too much. But even water has that knowing and that wisdom that if you put a piece of paper under a water jug with love on it, it changes the vibration of every single cell in every single atom, every single whatever it is, molecule in the water. And then as we are based on water, the body, similarly, with the power of conscious intention, we can create that link to well-being and to healing and to conscious creation.